Welcome to paradise. Welcome to paradise. Welcome to paradise.
All right, so week 6, we are going to talk about plants. So let's look at our assignments. So for your plant ID and research spreadsheet that you fill out, there's a few things that seem to come up regularly. The first one is people that literally have no plants on their design site. So if you have no plants on your design site, choose plants nearby your design site, as close as you can. Okay, so another thing that we would like you to include is in the nectary column of your spreadsheet, which talks about the blooms of the particular plant you're talking about, we want you to fill in what month that plant is flowering where you live. There's a couple good websites that we link to in the links on the modules page. And I want you to put your attention toward those because those could make your assignment much easier to do if you just look the plant up on those websites. So look for these websites in the links. PFAF stands for Plants for a Future, and the other one is Dave's Garden. The one other thing I wanted to point out is that we provide you a key. It's a separate file, a key to use in your niche analysis. So look for that key, because a lot of times people will go through the thing and they actually just will not notice that we have provided that key for you. Okay, so now we're going to look at the Plant Guild assignment. Now the Plant Guild, this is the first time that we're actually asking you to design something in this course. So you've gotten all the way here through all of these weeks doing this analysis and understanding your watershed and understanding your soils, looking at compost resources, and we're finally asking you to actually come up with something. And this is the beginning of the design portion of the course. So I'm gonna make a little drawing for you, and we're gonna see if you can figure out what is wrong with this drawing. So here we have an apple tree, thornless blackberry. Here we have a grapevine climbing up the apple tree. Here we have a patch of mint. Here are pumpkins. Here we have bamboo, comfrey, hostaberry. So the question is, what is wrong? I want to preface this by saying that this is a drawing of plants in my climate here in the Pacific Northwest. So fairly vigorously growing. Things grow quite abundantly in the nice wet springs we have and long day length. So what's wrong? Well, the thing that's wrong here is that I've drawn many very vigorously growing plants that when you plant them originally as young plants, they're small enough to be able to fit into this sort of scheme. But very quickly, this assemblage of plants would become a massive thicket of very rampant species. So I have found that one of the main things that people do with this assignment, I guess this is also one of the main things that a novice gardener will do, mistakes they will make, is they'll plant very vigorous and aggressive plants very close to each other because the plants are very small when you start out. So you really want to look at the plants at maturity. And I would say the best way to do this is to walk around where you live, whether it's your neighborhood or your country road, and look and see what plants look like when they're actually some years into maturity. Because that will give you a clue about spacing. Because all of these plants are very vigorously growing, like a grapevine will virtually eat an apple tree once it gets going. A thornless blackberry also will do the same thing. Mint will spread quite vigorously. Bamboo, comfrey, all these things do the same. So, the tip here would be draw vigorous rampant plants at their mature size. Another thing we want you to do with this assignment is to make relevant associations. So when you're telling us why you planted the jostaberry next to the thornless blackberry and the comfrey, we want you to give us some intelligible explanation of why you put those, what the relationship is between those plants, based upon the ecological functions that we covered in the material. So that would be the third request we have of you in this assignment, is to make sure that you cover every ecological function within the guild that you present. So this one that I drew actually does not cover every ecological function in the material. I just wanted to show you a bunch of very rampant plants. All right, so that is basically it for my advice for the week 6 assignments. And we are looking forward to see what you come up with. It's great to get into the creative part of this course where you start to use your graphic abilities to represent a design of your guild. And this guild design will end up hopefully becoming part of your final design plan for your site. So good luck with everything and looking forward to it.